Alrighty, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. A while ago, I asked myself this one question. Do all Minecraft grinders think the same? Now, obviously, there's no way that I can ask questions to every single Minecraft grinder to see if they have the same answers. But what I could do is find the best XP grinders in my guild and see if they have the same thought process in certain questions. Hi, I'm Dampo Possum, and this is Rarmy. This is Alex, but not, and this is Islet. So the way that I went about gathering the people for my interview was I looked on the guild's weekly XP charts. Something that Rarmy, the guild leader, does every week is he puts out a chart of all the top XP getters in the guild that week. What that means for me is that there was an easy way for me to find out who is the best guild XP getter from certain weeks, which means that I could easily compile a list of people that I could request an interview with, that I could talk to see if they all think the same. But that was the easy part. Because I only wanted to interview the top guild XP getters, I ended up DMing about 6, 7, maybe 8 people from the guild. I didn't really have that much of a pool of people that I could turn to. But that means that also, a lot of them didn't respond, because I'm just some random person in the guild, you know? It's not like I'm consistently top 5 in the weekly guild XP. But anyways, I ended up getting about 3 responses, so I got 3 people that I was going to interview. So the next part was that I had to come up with questions to ask them all. Now the way that I set this up was there were a few questions that I asked to every single person that I interviewed. How do you personally view XP grinding on the server?
It depends when I was grinding, because I've been grinding for like the past year.
Different times you're doing different sort of amounts of it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really XP grind.
So you don't view yourself as a grinder.
No.
What would you classify as somebody who is a grinder?
I guess someone, now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of like what I am. Just plays a lot.
How many stars is a lot?
That kind of depends on your perspective, really. I think a lot is probably around 200 stars.
I had some like breaks and stuff and bans, but I'd say from then on, it's been a lot of fun, like grinding. Now that the server's starting to die down, the last couple months have just like not been as fun, you know, trying to push myself to get 1,000 stars, and then I'll probably quit. Most of the time I spend on the server nowadays is having fun. I just played in a guild versus guild, which was a lot of fun. I mostly just spend time on the server just like playing modes I haven't before. I'm trying to get good at obstacles now, and that's basically what's fun to me now.
What is your favorite game mode, and in comparison, what is the game mode that you play when you're trying to get more XP?
My favorite game mode has to be Beta Block Sumo. It's the most original. You're not gonna find that on any other server. It's just so fun. I grinded that mode to like 1,000 wins, and then it just kind of like died out. It's kind of mid-tier for XP. In terms of XP, I'm gonna include 2 modes for this, because one got removed, and that would be comp or competitive bed bridge
Or
fight.
it's competitive bedwarspractice fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Another mode I grinded before I really knew about comp or before it was implemented was stick fight.
Say probably stick fight.
At the end of the day, you don't really have to be that fancy. You can still win without.
Probably like normal block sumo. So if you get like 20 kills a game, that's like 500 XP.
My favorite game mode, which is, if I'm being honest, really bad for XP, is obstacles, because I just find it like fun.
I'm a really big like flat fight enjoyer. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Bow fight. I have like
Right.
4 flat fight wins. What game do you play?
I play Block Sumo Duels, and there were a few questions that I asked only 1 or maybe 2 people. How easy do you think it is to get 7 stars a week?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too hard as long as you know.
Not have much of a life.
Yeah.
You mentioned how, like, you feel as if the server is dying down. Do you know why? Like, is the player base just no longer interested, or...
And I think creative ideas are what's missing from Bed Wars practice. We haven't gotten like a very substantial update in a long time. Like achievements and cosmetics, and the biggest thing, which I think is kind of a symbol of like how there's been such little development, is the technique score leaderboard. That has not been changed since it was added. It's still not complete, and it's just kind of a symbol of like.
What are your thoughts on the XP system?
I think it's actually a pretty good system until you get anywhere above level 100, and then it's horrible.
The addition of 500 XP every prestige, I guess?
I did the math, or I did this when I was like 530 stars. I'd be at like, I don't remember the exact amount, but somewhere in the 600s.
Dang.
And I don't really like it because it makes it less rewarding.
I've talked about this a lot in the past, but the XP system as it currently is, I don't think should exist. It gets just linearly like worse with every prestige. So you're what, like 100 stars right now?
Yeah.
Hypixel, it's always 5k. But on here, you gain 500 more XP required per level every time you like reach a new prestige. It's noticeable, but it's not extreme. But
Yeah.
I'm level 600. It's 8,000 XP to level up, and it's
Oh,
just
wow.
like so tiring, kind of. It's much easier to level up on alts, obviously. I have 2 alts right now, just trying to do all my daily quests and weekly quests, and by the end of like next year I'm gonna see what star they are.
Guess they're kind of broken. But also sometimes I delved into possibly some of the negative sides, so you can see how the mind of an XP grinder works, and maybe if there's some sort of mold of being an XP grinder and how that might affect your personal life, I mean outside of Minecraft. Some sort of personality that you need to be a grinder on the server, or maybe there isn't. Do you think the like mindset for grinding on the server has any sort of effects on mental health?
I'd say so if you take it too far. Cough Cios in moderation. That's why I've never pushed myself to get like a 50-star week.
Didn't he get like a 72-star week that one time?
Yep, 72 is still the record.
Personally, I would just burn out.
Thing about Cios, just want to touch on this. He has like a very, there's no better way to put it but like a grind set. When he has a goal that he really wants to achieve, he will just go for it, whether it's Minecraft or not. He's like put himself towards actual useful things nowadays instead of Minecraft.
It's a good trait to
Yeah.
have, to be fair.
It's very good, but it's kind of, you know, it's part of the like whole like mentality, which, you know, most of it's good, but it can get too crazy sometimes.
Yeah. How much time do you spend playing the server bedwarspractice.club every day?
Too much, probably. Maybe 4 hours? I don't know.
In my peak, when I was like really grinding this server, honestly, probably like 6 hours a day. I only get like 5 to 15 levels a week nowadays. I haven't gotten a 30-star week in a long time, so.
I love how that's your baseline, because the 30-star week for me would be insane. Before you started like taking your break, how much time did you spend on the server per day?
I don't know. Can we come back to that one?
Sure.
Say 53 minutes and 57 seconds. Just in-game time. Probably a little bit more, because also waiting in queues and just running around the lobby.
That's very specific. What sort of time period is that from?
When I started to when I quit.
If you were forced to change one single thing about the server, what would you change?
If I could change one thing, personally, I would make it so that all leaderboard players could sit on the throne. But other than that, I'd change the star system.
Yeah, so who can sit on the throne? Is it just like Tom?
The islet.
Only
And managers.
Wow. Wait, I was interviewing the person who could sit on the throne. Wait, so is he the highest starred player on the server?
Yeah.
I would remove the Northern Lights map in Bowfight. It is the worst, and I like asked people to ask them to change it, but I don't know.
That's hard to like really narrow it down. I would add achievements and like make it, you know, some sort of XP reward related to achievements. For smaller achievements, I would give like a small XP reward, maybe only a couple thousand. But for the rest, more major things like hitting level milestones and stuff like that, I would implement boosters for a certain amount of time. You will get like, say, 1.5 times the amount of XP you normally get. Tom, if you're watching this, please add achievements. I would max every achievement out as fast as I could if you did.
Something that I've been doing is I'm giving the person I'm interviewing basically the end of the interview to just say anything that they like.
I like to shout out Alex, but not. That's it.
You don't want to shout out yourself?
Oh yeah, I also have a YouTube channel, I guess.
Yeah, go. I'm doing the shout out for you. Go subscribe to Rarmy.
No slurs.
I mean, if you do, then I'll just bleep it out.
I won't say any slurs. One thing I want to say, Tom, please, for the love of God, add achievements and cosmetics, and I will love you forever. Thanks.
It's been pretty good experience so far in the server, and I think more people should join, but not too many people. Like 10 more, maybe. I don't know. Exactly 10 more people would be a good number.
Cool.
Oh, also Dampo Possum's YouTube channel, that too.
I don't really have any more questions. So I guess I'll cut the recording.